There's my audience members and the dogs. Alright, hello. My name is Michael Stanley, and my speech is called Better Shape, Better You. Biggest thing about my speech is it was originally supposed to be about strength training and how it can help in your day-to-day life, mostly because me personally, I'm a power lifter, so strength training is really important to me. I've done it for going on 6 years now. I also like a lot of different physical health things like that. I'm always on a diet. I'm one of those kind of meatheads that I just always follow some type of diet, and I think that physical fitness is something that's really important. The more I started reading into it, I just started to realize that the biggest problem that we have, especially in America with the overweight, obesity epidemic that we have, is people just need to learn that they need to get into better shape, they need to have more physical fitness, and they need to be able to take care of themselves to help with the longevity of their life and help their quality of life as well. So we're going to talk about what the problems that you can run into with obesity, being overweight, different stuff like that. Then we're going to talk about how we can change those problems, try and get you in better shape, try and get you functioning better. And then we're going to talk about the benefits that you will get after you get better. So my first question for you is strength ever going to be something that's a weakness for you? Strength is always going to be something that's going to help you one way or another in your life. Now we're going to start off by talking, like I said, we're going to talk about the dangers of being overweight and the problems that can arise from that. Now, a lot of these facts come from your National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute website, as well as WebMD. Type it into Google, you're going to come up with a lot of different searches, just the different problems that you can have with being overweight and having obesity, different stuff like that. The first problem that I read a lot about was heart disease and different cardiovascular issues that you could have. With heart disease, you can have a lot higher risk of heart attack. Obviously, heart attack's not a good thing. You can go into respiratory arrest, different stuff like that. All of these things could lead to death, could lead to other issues, could lead to a lot of bad things. Also, you are at a lot higher risk of high blood pressure. With high blood pressure, you have plaque buildup in the arteries of the heart, and then when that happens, the heart has to work a lot harder to pump the blood to the extremities, and then you have a lot higher blood pressure. You're also at a lot higher of a risk of developing different diseases and conditions. Obviously, I mentioned the heart disease. You're also going to have a lot higher risk of type 2 diabetes, which is going to affect your body's ability to process glucose as well as your insulin levels. You're also going to have a lot higher risk of different cancers, your breast cancers, your prostate cancers, different stuff like that. Keeping a lower body fat percentage will help your body's immune system fight those different things off. And you're going to have a lot harder day-to-day life. I mean, if you're out of breath just walking up the stairs going to work, it's going to make it a lot tougher on you. I mean, if you're in better shape, you can be able to move the couch instead of having to have your son come and do it. You can actually do different things, and you can actually do different activities that you wouldn't normally be able to do because you'd be out of breath and you wouldn't be motivated, and you would have a lot more fatigue in your day-to-day life. Now we're going to start talking about how we can fix these problems. Now, first and foremost, you got to start with the diet. Everybody says the biggest bodybuilding quote that you can hear is, "This body was built in the kitchen." It's not built in the gym, it's built in the kitchen. So first you have to look at your caloric intake. With your caloric intake, usually a good base, and this is all coming from bodybuilding.com. No, not necessarily the best reliable source, but in my case, I think it works pretty well. And they have actually the best top 10 ways to get into shape. Best way to try and base your calories, how many calories you should eat in a day, is take your body weight, then multiply it by 10. That's a good base calorie intake for the day. So for me, 220 pounds, I'm going to eat around 2,200 calories a day. Then from there, you need to see where those calories are actually coming from. These calories should be about the 40-40-20 rule. So you're going to have 40% carbohydrates, 40% protein, 20% fats. Biggest thing for me, obviously, with what I do, I try and have more protein than I have everything else. So I try and have about a gram of protein for every pound I weigh or a pound I want to weigh. So I usually get about 250 grams of protein a day to try and build muscle. From there, you got to start a training program. Now, this could be anything. This doesn't have to be like me. Like I said, powerlifting, your bench, squat, and deadlift, that's my main lifts. That's what I really care about. That's what I try and move more. But There's a lot of CrossFit gyms out there. Planet Fitness is one thing. Just going on a treadmill and going for a walk, or going for a walk with your dog, just getting outside, just going and doing something. Any type of activity that's going to move your body. Cardio is going to be the first and foremost thing. Obviously, the more cardio you do, the more calories you're going to burn, the more you're going to burn fat. From there, strength training, in my opinion, is something that's very important to a lot of people. A lot of people think it's just for the meatheads, the gym rats, different stuff like that. It's actually for everybody. I mean, you don't have to do, like I said, the bench squat and deadlift. You can go and you can do kettlebells. You can go and you can do Zumba. Any type of training where you're using your body is going to make your body more effective. Last thing, probably the most important thing, stay motivated. You can't keep challenging yourself and then letting yourself down. You have to challenge yourself with something that's going to be worthwhile and it's going to be achievable. If you're not achieving something, then you're not going to want to do it anymore. Also, you can't ever let yourself have excuses. Granted, I get tired. I go to school full time. I work 30 hours a week. I train probably 20 to 30 hours a week. I get tired. I don't want to go to the gym every day. But at the same time, I know that I have to. You have to bring yourself. You can't make excuses for yourself. You can't say that you're too tired that day. You can't say that you just broke up with your girlfriend and you don't feel like it. You have to do what you have to do. And always stay motivated. Set yourself goals so that you can achieve those. And then you're going to have satisfaction. Then you're going to want to keep going. And last, we're going to talk about the benefits of staying fit. Now, I mentioned all the bad things that could be. The biggest thing is you're going to have health benefits. You're going to fight that heart disease. You're going to fight those type 2 diabetes. More than half of people that have type 2 diabetes actually are overweight. So that's actually about an 80% spread. Now, this is all health coming from your healthguidance.org and also your NIH Senior Health. So another big thing is you're going to help with the quality of your life. Like I said, moving that couch instead of having to call your son to come over. Being able to go for a walk with your kids. Being able to go for a walk with your dogs. And that takes me to the last point, longevity of life. The more weight you carry around, the more problems you're going to have with your joints because the more stress you're putting on your joints every day. And also, like you said, the heart disease. Your organs can only work so hard. So you need to have your organs functioning at optimum levels, and you have to have them not having to work twice as hard just because you're overweight. So I'm going to leave you with one final question. What are you doing to improve yourself? You always have to be moving forward, especially if you want to be in the fitness industry, you want to be fit, you want to be active, you have to be able to improve yourself every day. And that's the biggest thing. Just get in shape, work better, feel better, you will be better.